Wow, it only took 3 weeks for my laptop to get repaired, and I totally haven't missed out videos that I could have worked on during all that time. Uh, uh, oh boy. Alright, so I'm gonna do these two in this video. Next video will probably be on the new adventure mode. Game OST I can do pretty easily. Tier list and damage calculation will probably be later on, and that last bit will wait till the next event pops up. Alright, let's get started with the reviews of the 4 voice units, Narancha, Abakio, Jotaro, and Hideo. For voice Narancha, he's pretty mediocre. The boost level mechanic sucks because you need to use your skill 2 to 4 times depending on the skill levels to hit your peak, so you're gonna have to use a scuffed unit for the start of the round. The low cooldown really only benefits him by making it faster to increase his boost level, but other than that, he's just your regular run-of-the-mill main replacer. 16 panels on the left side, he was obviously made to be used with Illuso and, more importantly, the voiced Abakio. Of course, these aren't as good as Risotto, but even with Risotto, he's pretty much on the same boat as most of the other 16 panel replacers. The 60 cooldown doesn't matter at all on the Risotto team, so overall, just a decent main replacer, that's about it. For voiced Abakio, he's literally Illuso with a sidegrade. That's it. And as always with these mirroring units, horrible cooldown, he copies the left side of the board to the right, and it's not like Illuso where it's only restricted to partner panels, he copies everything instead. But unfortunately, the team setups are pretty niche, as is with any of these copying teams. The only quote-unquote reliable options would be voice Jonathan and voice Narancha. Any other team would just be going really out of your way just to make him work. Let's move on to the time stop boys. Well, voice Jotaro doesn't have a time stop, and he is literally just a side grade of Part 3 Jotaro. For his own unit, he makes S-shapes, so Tetris S-shapes, rather than 2x2 squares that we're accustomed to with normal Part 3 Jotaro. And he spawns between 2 to 4 of them, depending on your skill level. Not only that, but he can enhance any of the voice Jotaro panels he overlaps, so basically the developers wanted to reward him with the mechanic that actually punished him in the past and in current. So what this means is you're still not gonna get a consistently good number of panels, and since the game wants you to overlap with his skill, you can take Risotto out of the equation. And using Risotto with him is basically redundant as hell because Risotto enhances all his partner panels anyway. So if you're intent with using him, all I can recommend really are support replacers like Kazamata or Pesci. They do work with him to a certain extent. Now for the big boy, voiced Hideo. And honestly, after watching this guy, he's actually pretty good. So what Hideo does is stop time, and during the stop time, you can basically tap to erase any panels that aren't Hideo panels. So you'll just tap away during the entire period, erasing as many panels as you can. Once the time stop ends, he'll erase the largest connection on your board, which would be all the Hideo panels you left behind, and he'll enhance a certain number of panels depending on how many you erase during his time stop. The downsides of his skill are that stand-up charge is reduced to 75% charge rate, and partner skill charge is reduced to 0%, so you cannot charge your partner's skill with his time stop. Well, I guess he must be pretty shit, huh? Can't loop with anyone. Well, that's where the 2 Part 4 good boys come in, so voice Josuke and Akko and Koichi can actually recharge both themselves and Hideo during stand-up if you use their skills. Now, the current video I have playing in the background is from Winchester Heritage, who is basically the number one player in the world, and the strategy is just to use Hideo during non-stand-up, and obviously use his time stop to try to get into stand-up, then follow up with either Act 1 or voice Josuke's skill. Then you want to match all the enhanced panels together in stand-up, making sure not to overlap or leave any enhanced panels behind. and you'll more often than not be able to recharge both your units' skills and repeat the loop. Now this really only works if your high Dio is skill level 5, same with Voice Josuke, and Act 1 should be about skill level 4 and above. But if you can get through all the skill level caps, then man, they fucking kick ass, holy shit. And I know he's boosted this season, but if you do the approximate math, removing the damage bonus from this season, it still rounds down to about 40 million. And that's still great, despite the specific partners. But, I mean, come on, it's not that hard to get Act 1, let alone at least skill level 4. So yeah, Hidio's pretty great. Obviously not on the Fodlan Risotto spectrum, but it's still a good option on the open board, especially if we have any of the two partners I've mentioned. Alright, so that's all I have for this review. Thanks for watching, and stick around because, as I said at the start of the video, I'm working on other videos which I hope can be helpful to you. Have fun and take it easy, people.